homes in the next 5 years. Some scepticism surrounds that target because the current rate of completions is well short of what will be needed. But it's not just the houses themselves that are required. In densely populated outer metropolitan areas, schools, hospitals and other community infrastructure will be needed to keep up with residential expansion. These regions are represented by a group called the National Growth Areas Alliance. It's been in Canberra pushing for more funding for such facilities. So while here, we spoke to the Alliance's Chief Executive, Bronwyn Clark. Bronwyn Clark, good to have you with us. You represent what's called the growth areas of outer metropolitan city suburbs, and you've studied their infrastructure needs. These are areas that are home to 5 million or more Australians. What have you found these areas are lacking?
Well, we found that, you're right, 5.6 million Australians, 20% of our population, are lacking access to things like sports and recreational facilities, arts and cultural facilities, public transport, as well as health and education facilities. You've
researched access, as you say, particularly in relation to services more so than infrastructure. What is access to? What have you actually measured?
So we've measured a range of social infrastructure, and they feed up into a measure by the Australian Urban Observatory, which is around livability. So we're looking at things like, do people have a place to go and gather? Do people have safe footpaths? Can people get public transport frequently throughout the day? And all of this has an impact, and that's what we're really interested in is the impact on health and well-being, on people's earning potential, how far do they have to travel to get to work, and things like community cohesion that are so important, especially when you're bringing people together to live in a brand new suburb.
What we thought was the future, STEM, mathematics, coding, is no longer the case with the advent of this technology. Now let that sink in for a second, given that we've been talking about STEM and coding being the future for the last decade, solid. And so much policy, so much focus, so many people, so much infrastructure is in for that world. And suddenly out of nowhere pops this Gen AI, and within a year, we're getting these kind of messages from Silicon Valley. So programming is not going to be essential for you to be a successful person. You need to work with these systems, and these systems will do the programming for you.
As we come to the end of 2024, I want to take a moment to reflect on our achievements and the opportunities ahead in 2025. As you know, the National Growth Areas Alliance represents over 5 million Australians living in some of the fastest growing communities in the country. Together, our member councils have a unique responsibility to advocate for these residents and ensure their voices are heard. This year, we've shown the strength of working together to drive meaningful change. With the federal election on the horizon, 2025 will be a pivotal year, and I wish every member council success as they work together to secure stronger commitments for thriving, connected communities. I hope you find the time to relax and enjoy the festive season with loved ones, and I look forward to working with you in 2025 to see what we can achieve as a united team. Thank you.